Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This video I'm going to talk further about the testing that I've done with the Rapidfire. So you have probably seen my last two videos, and this is the third part where I bring the Tiny Hawk out to the open with a lot of buildings around and to test the sensitivity and also the general workings of the Rapidfire. So in this part of this video, you can see that I'm trying to fly behind walls, and now you're going to see me flying behind me through buildings. So I'm actually looking ahead, and this is the side of me, and really is behind me, and this is through very thick walls of buildings, and I'm just flying around in this area just to see how it works and whether there's any major breakups. As you can see, there's not much breakup in this video. So this video, what you see is what you get in the goggles. It's very similar to the DVR recordings, and the breakups that you can see, the tearing that you can see is exactly what I can see in the goggles. So you see with this behind me flying, you can tell that there's very little breakup. Even if there's any breakups, it's just snowy pictures. So it's still very flyable, and I'm very impressed with the Rapidfire. Even though I was impressed with when I tested this underground in the underground car park, I was quite convinced already that it works really well, especially after I tested it in my house, in my apartment building. And I just can't explain how good this Rapidfire is. You just have to see all these videos that I've done to test the workings of the receiver. Especially as I've mentioned before with this Tiny Hawk, it's a 25 milliwatts video transmitter, and it doesn't really fly really well indoors if you have just your normal diversity receiver. But surprisingly, this flies very well with Rapidfire. And in this second video, I'm trying to push the limits of the distance I can fly with this Rapidfire. I'm using the Rapidfire with additive V4 because I don't want to modify the power of any of my other Fatshark goggles, and also I don't like using the ribbon cable because it looks very fragile, and I don't want it to break halfway, or if I lose connection or something like that, and I lose my quad. So that's why I'm using additive V4. And today I've seen a sneak peek of the TBS Fusion. As you can see, this breakup is not really that bad, but you can still fly. Let's return to what I just said about the TBS Fusion. I think it's a very similar product to the Rapidfire. As I understand it, the stitching of two images together is actually invented by Clearview, and Rapidfire just takes it a bit further and make it user friendly. And TBS Team Black Sheep is also coming out with its own version of this type of technology. So it's called TBS Fusion. There's still about 5 to 10 weeks away with the launch of these products. But what I can see so far, the Clearview had tried to bring out something, but it hasn't reached the market yet, or it's not that popular, or it's too expensive. I think TBS is trying to get his product out, which is very similar pricing to Rapidfire. So if TBS can improve on this technology and make the fusion of these um, images even better and making it like slightly closer to HD quality and still going on real time, then this technology has a lot of promise, has a lot of future in this FPV hobby. Because if you take this further forward, and especially with analog video, you can't really expand on or improve on analog video anymore. But what we can do is just improve of the technology of this receiving this video from the VTS. Then we will have a very good clear transmission that we can receive in the goggles. So as you can see with Rapidfire, you need Fatshark type of goggles, especially using Fatshark, because if you use other goggles, the modules may not fit, and also you need to have a modified power to get this going. So the best thing to do is to buy Fatshark compatible goggles. But really, if you are in this hobby for the long term, I suggest that if you haven't bought any goggles yet, try to save up your money and buy this Fatshark HDO with the ImmersionRC Rapidfire combination. You're not going to regret this, because I think even though I don't have HDO, I think the quality of the image that you can get from HDO is really, really good. And especially with this additive V4, I can already get such a good video images on my goggles. Just imagine how much improvement you can get with the OLED screen. If Fatshark can come up with even bigger field of view, maybe to 40 degrees in OLED, I think the Rapidfire can still make it work to make the images clear and very flyable in any conditions. So I hope that Rapidfire can take this, or ImmersionRC can take this technology even further and make this processing even better and take it to the next level. And with Rapidfire, I think all these other diversity receiver or single receiver or any other built-in receiver in other goggles like Omway Commandos, Sky Zone, whatever, I think they have now become obsolete, because yes, their transmission is good, the signals that receive is good, but it's not even as good as something like True D. True D is also very similar to normal diversity receiver, but it's at a higher level. So if you have any of these receivers, you're going to be very frustrated when you fly, because you see constantly breakup of images. And even though if you're flying generally, I can still suggest that you buy something like Rapidfire, because by doing that, you're not concerned about images breaking up. You can just fly constantly and consistently wherever you want to fly. And if you can see the picture clearly, then you have a lot of confidence to fly really, really well, and you can improve faster. And in terms of FPV gear, like I mentioned earlier, you can get HDO and Rapidfire or other compatible Fatshark goggles. And in terms of transmitter, you can get the Taranis QX7, which I use a lot, and also with the training quad, like you see here, you can even get Tiny Hawk to fly around your neighborhood. So because the transmission is so clear, even though it's one cell, if there's no wind, you still enjoy flying this. Or also you can use Mobulus 7. So part 4 of my testing of the ImmersionRC Rapidfire will involve me going to an open field and test that in an open field and see how that goes. But I can feel that it will go really, really well. So anyway, I think Rapidfire has really brought this technology to the public, and everyone should try to adopt this, because there's no point buying less expensive one when you keep getting frustrated when you fly around with your quad. So anyway guys, hope you like and enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. As always, please remember quadcopter is not rocket science. See you next time.